Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of 20 Min to Win, and this is episode number 2 for Jungle Gank Timing. And what that is, I will go over very shortly after this whole clip kind of happens. And I just want to start off by talking about, I'm actually a Nocturne Jungler, as you see right there. I noticed the enemy team is actually going on my own blue buff. So this kind of gives me two options, either I do red or steal the enemy blue. And not knowing if they're actually going to finish my blue buff, I kind of just want to play a little passive here. And I kind of already talked a little bit before the game started that I'm actually going to gank top right away at level 2. I was going to start red anyways and try to help Darius get that early snowball that he really can have against especially Xin Zhao. So I'm just sitting here waiting. And I guess we can go into a little bit about what jungle timing is. It's about, certain junglers have the ability to start at certain spots in the jungle and gank a lane immediately after. For instance, Mundo, he starts at race, does red right after, and ganks top around 220 to 230 mark. And if you're top lane and you know about this, then you'll play a little pass around that time just to prevent yourself from dying. The same goes with Lee Sin. He does pretty much the exact same route in the beginning if he goes a standard route, and he will be ganking top immediately. So if you play passive, it prevents you from getting that early death. So we see here that Darius will actually spot Xin Zhao coming from his own blue buff. So I for sure know that they know that I started red. Since he did check it out and cleared it. So I'm going to stick up here anyways just to kind of measure it out, see how good he is, because it's actually around the 1900 ELO. I believe this was a little bit under because my internet was screwing me over a little bit. But we do see him here, and he's playing super passive, and he's actually wasting a lot of my time, and I'm actually leeching a lot of experience, unfortunately, from Darius. And since he does know I'm potentially there, and most likely there, he's just playing passive. There's no point in dying, There's no real point in overextending, losing a couple, or in getting a couple CS just to die, when you could just lose a couple CS, make sure you stay alive, and get more later. So let's go ahead and just pause right here, and actually kind of want to talk about the benefits of it. So if you don't die early on, you particularly don't want to die before 8 or 10 minutes, because if you do that, you're going to lose a level or two in your lane, depending on which way your lane's pushing. You give the enemy lane opponent the advantage of levels, which is huge because we'll see, I guess, in future episodes that if you're behind a level or two, especially in the beginning, they can push you out of lane. They can bully you really hard. So not dying then really prevents you from being screwed later on. As well as if you're a jungler and you use this to your advantage, depending on your ELO. If you're lower ELO, most people don't really know about the timings. You can just get in there, get a kill, get out and go back to your jungle. Or if you're in the higher ELO, people expect you to be there at certain times. So what you can do is either run a different route, which will get you there later, which they will not expect, or go the same route and just not gank that lane. Go for something a little different. And I'm going to start back up real quick, and let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, so this is my Mundo game I played on my Smurf. I was actually with a friend that was around 1200 ELO, and I was, I think, 1600 at the time on this guy, or 1500 or something. And so it's between there on ELO, and we'll see the difference of why this works more in low ELO compared to higher ELO. Come top lane, this Warwick should know that Mundo starts red. It's pretty common. It happens all the time. So I just get in the bush, wait for him to extend just a little bit, which he does right there, and I know to go in right away. He gives me that little bit of advantage I need in terms of where he's in the lane. So I hit the cleaver, I have that red buff, I keep him slowed, and after he flashes, because I knew he had flash, I popped exhaust on him right away, because I typically love running exhaust on Mundo or Nocturne, because it gives that really strong gank capability. And in this next clip here, I believe this is Alistair. Yeah, this is Alistair, and this is actually from an old antenna I did with Lauder Morris, and I just kind of want to show, how timings work. For instance, we see here, Alistair starting blue buff, and since he's on, this is the blue team. Yeah, this is the blue team. He's most likely going to be ganking top or mid. It's pretty much standard. Alistair will most likely start blue buff. He might even start red, which is the thing. This is why Riven ends up coming through middle here, which we'll see in a second, to go for an early gank on middle. And knowing this, he actually, since he is crossing over, he was able to actually help him out here. He actually just flashing, it's a double knockup, pulls Lulu into the tower, and gets Corki that first blood, which was really nice. And because of where Alistair was, and since he wasn't ganking in that certain lane immediately, he was able to help pick up that kill. And this last clip, this is actually, it's actually a really weird clip, because on Nocturne, I like to gank a lane immediately if I'm on the blue team. I like to gank top right after blue buff, because no one really expects it. However, I also know that Mundo most likely will start red and come top. So I'm kind of coming in for a counter gank slash a normal timing kind of thing. This doesn't necessarily relate to this episode, and unfortunately it does not work out for me, but it does kind of show that Mundo, he kind of knows, or you kind of know that he's going to head to top lane. I predicted it, saw it, and went straight for it. It unfortunately didn't work out. However, it's, kind of one of those things you learn the more ELO you get. So that's pretty much it for the first episode, or the second episode, sorry. And I want to kind of do a little call for anyone that has clips relating to, let's see, relating to CS in terms of, hey, you're losing lane, and what do you do to kind of get back? You got to keep CSing. If you get ahead, by a good amount, then it kind of makes up for any deaths you had. Also, let's see, map awareness. I'm also looking for that. Just for paying attention to, hey, if the jungler's top, we could do something bottom kind of thing. Objective taking. What else is there? Because that's all written on my board. Okay, I guess you can't read the rest of that. But anyways, yeah, I'm looking for anything kind of related to that. I want to make sure to talk about, I believe it was ward controls with supports. I want to talk about getting an early level, like pushing a little bit to get an early level to help bully your opponent. I also want to do a little more on some warding, like some key points at some key times to ward, at objective taking in terms of jungling and counter jungling. So if anything related to that, feel free to send me an email. I'll have the email actually put up here in text real quick, and what the keyword you need to put in there is, just so I know what it is, because I get obviously emails for Riftmas, I get emails for normal emails for this, etc. So yeah, please go ahead and send me that. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.